Hello, in this video I will try to explain how to use TeamGantt to set up a plan for your Bachelor report. You have learned about TeamGantt in your project management classes. So you're going to go to teamgantt.com. At this moment, I'm not quite sure how you sign in, but I learned that you know how you can sign in, that Mr. DeLeo has explained this to you and that you've already also done this for the exam. So I'm just going to assume that you know. So I'm now signed in. And as you see, I already created a Bachelor paper test, but I'm going to start from scratch so that you can see how to start your own project from scratch and how you can use it to manage your Bachelor paper tasks. So we are first going to create a new project. We are going to call it Bachelor report or paper or whatever. It's going to be a blank project. We're only going to use the weekdays and we click create new project. First we're going to set up the details of our project. So you go to the menu item and then you go to project settings. So we are going to have it start on, let's say, the 1st of April. So you see that you can always change this. And as you can see, you can pin documents or notes to this project. So for now, I'm going to pin the document that I found on Canvas to this. Browse. There it is. It's taking some time. I have it in my download, so I downloaded this from Canvas. And where is it? Let me just check. Yeah, here it is. Key functions, paragraph, proposal. And I'm going to attach that PowerPoint to this project because it gives most of the information that you need about this project. So done. So now I can create groups of tasks and I can create tasks. So let me first create a group that I could, for example, call events that are related to the Bachelor report. A first task that I could create, but you're free to create your own tasks and to break this down the way you want to break this down. So I have a contact mentor and I'm just going to put this on today. So, oops, not like this, on today, just so that I can drag it to just today so that it will come up in the my tasks section, which I will show you later. So today I have to contact my mentor. What is important is you have to assign it to yourself, because otherwise it will not show up in my tasks. And in my tasks you always see the tasks that are due today or that you have to work on today. So I can add comments here. So I could add, well, it's not really comments because comments are relevant when you are working in the team, so that other team members can also comment on this task. But so I could just add a note here, a test note. Yeah. So, and when I just click anywhere, the note will be there. I'm going to add another task to this group. For example, project plan. It is my understanding that you have a workshop to work on this plan on the 24th and 25th. So I'm going to move this please to 24 and then drag it to the 25th. I'm going to add a note to this because the project plan, you can discuss your project plan from 10:30 to 11 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. That's only half an hour, so I must be mistaken. Anyhow, you can check with Miss Bartons. Then it is my understanding that you also have thesis cafe on those 2 days in which you can discuss your progress also with your peers. So this is on the same dates, and we have also have times for these. I'm gonna pin that as a note, which is from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. if I am not mistaken. So also a comment, somehow the project plan comment and the thesis cafe comment did not save. Let me just check. Yes, it did save. Oh, it just takes a while for it to come in. Also for the project plan, yep, there it is. And now we can see it. So let's set up, oh, there's another event if I'm not mistaken, so I'm going to add that as well. Argumentation plus writing lab 2, and that is on the 8th of May until the 9th of May. I read in the PowerPoint, so I'm just going to drag that here. And then I'm going to add a comment because this is also what I read in your PowerPoint. So ideally, your first draft is ready by then, and it is a workshop, capital workshop, to fine-tune your writing. And that is on the 8th and the 9th of May. So if you ever want to change the dates or even delete dates, so for example, you set a date, but then you've decided you don't know yet what date this is going to be and you want to delete it, you can't just click on it and delete it. What you have to do is double click on it or just select it and then click on the edit task button, and then you can just clear the dates here and then they're gone. Okay, I'm just going to put them back. So when was it? It was here. And I'm going to drag it to the 9th of May. Now I'm going to create another group of tasks. Research. So you're going to have to do research for your paper. And you could, if you want, split this up, for example, in find material. And then set up dates for that as well. And then read the material and set up dates for that. Another group of tasks would be writing the actual proposal. So I have the group proposal. I read in your PowerPoint that you have to write a reference list. You have to create a mind map. You have to write a table of contents, write a summary, and obviously you have to submit your proposal at some point. And let's add the date for that, because I think I also found that date somewhere, which is the 17th of May at 4 at the latest. So we're going to go to 17th of May. Here we are. And we are just going to add the time to the notes. So the deadline is 4 p.m. There it is. And then I wrote, I think in the comments of Argumentation and Writing Lab 2, that ideally you would have your first draft ready then. So I'm going to put this in as a separate task just to make sure you don't forget. And so I'm just going to check if I'm correct. Ideally first draft is ready. So that means that ideally the first draft is ready 7 or 8th of May. So let's drag this to 7, 8 May, first draft proposal. So these are just some basic tasks that I got out of the PowerPoint. You're obviously free to decide which tasks and which groups you want to create and how you want to structure them. But this could be a good starting point. Like I said, it's important that you assign all of these tasks to yourself, because when you go to the My Tasks view, you will always get an overview of the tasks that are, so as you know, I already also had the Bachelor paper test project. So it gives an overview of the tasks that you should be working on today. Yeah, not necessarily that need to be done today, but that are on your schedule on this day. So for your Bachelor report project, the one that we are creating now, that is contact mentor. So we're going to go back to our overview. There's a few more things now that I would like to explain. One is how you can connect to your personal calendar or your KDG student calendar. So you can actually have all of this information in either your Google Calendar or your Outlook, which is quite easy. So to connect to your calendar, you go again to the menu, and you go to calendar feed. And there you can get a link through Google Calendar. Yeah, so you can copy this link and then you can go to your Google Calendar. You can add a calendar like this, create a new calendar from URL, and you just paste this URL here. I'm not sure if I copied it. Let me just have a look. I didn't copy it. So copy, paste, add calendar. And there you go, it'll be in your Google Calendar. Or alternatively, you could click subscribe to calendar. Make sure that your Outlook is closed when you do this, because it will open your Outlook and will add the calendar to your Outlook. You can also change email notifications. So when you go to your profile, you go to edit my profile. You can choose if and when you would like to receive email notifications. So send daily email at 12 a.m. midnight is the setting currently. Apparently you can't choose not to receive an email, so you'll be receiving emails anyway. And then if you've changed anything here, then you can update your profile. One more thing to end is how you can print your plan. So very easy. You go to menu, you go to print, export PDF. It'll ask you some questions, so you choose your paper size. I would advise to take landscape. You can choose format for your date columns, what you want to add. I don't have any estimated hours, so I'm going to uncheck that. I don't have resources, I don't have dependencies. I'm not going to change the face and the size. I'm going to look at the advanced options. So printed date format you can choose here. So let's take a look at our PDF. And there you are. Here's your project. Obviously not finished because we still need to set up our dates, but otherwise this looks fine and you can just print it and add it to your proposal. So I hope this was clear. Enjoy.